Yo, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor-in-chief of UrbanPitch.com. Julio Matoroso, Bridget Flores. What's going on, y'all? How we doing?
Surviving. I'm tired, Grandpa.
I posted on Instagram yesterday. I feel like that R. Kelly video. I'm fighting for my life. Yeah. So I feel like
we're only in week 2, man.
Hey, you said I felt like that R. Kelly video. I was like, oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hold on.
Where is he taking this?
The one with Gail. Like, I'm fighting for my life.
You had to specify.
He's sleep deprived.
I'm fighting for my life.
No, but we had to wake it up. We had to wake it up because we have a very, very, very special guest in the building with us today. Sports and entertainment writer for the New York Times, Emmanuel Morgan. Emmanuel, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? Good to be here.
Good to have you, bro. I mean, New York Times, successful New York Times, despite what any acting president might say. But we're here to talk World Cup. All things World Cup, right? That's why we're tired. That's why, we've been getting. It's like
how we met.
Yeah, exactly. It's how we met. It's like a 2-month or like a little bit more than a month sacrifice for your sleep, because this only happens once every 4 years. To have it in our country, we take this sacrifice. I'm thankful that I'm sleep deprived. I'm thankful I don't know what day it is. But we're gonna talk about all that stuff. But first, Emmanuel, what have been your thoughts so far about the World Cup overall, and then we can get into some of the specific stuff.
I think it's been cool. It was kind of like a slow build to kind of get the hype going. Like months before, like people weren't really talking about it, but as soon as the first game started, you can feel the energy in like the country now. Like I think people are kind of ready to kind of experience the tournament now. Yeah,
the energy both at the stadiums and then like just people on the streets. Like we just did a watch party. You were there the other day for Mexico, South Korea. But I think specifically that, I want to start there, because that game, being here in Los Angeles, like we already knew, we had it like circled for months. And once the schedule came out, like once it was like Mexico, South Korea in the same group, that was like step 1. Step 2 was like, okay, they're going to be playing in Guadalajara on this date. Like everybody had this game circled. The game itself was very entertaining to watch. It was like very tense and cagey, but just seeing being at the watch party itself, and then just seeing like all the videos that have come out of that game has been like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. We tried to go out in K-Town afterwards, and there's just we were like, all right, bro, like we're not getting in anywhere.
I made it in, and the streets was popping, I'll say that. But it was like it was so dope, because we went to Love Hour. That was one of the places where they had a watch party with Paisa Boys. And like every once in a while, you just start hearing everybody chanting Mexico, Mexico, and then they start chanting Korea, Korea, and then like you see like there was this Korean guy that went up like some ladders, and then he just started to like wave like the Mexican flag, and everybody was going crazy. It was just like the intensity of it, but like the representation and the diversity between the two teams was literally 24, like the whole day you saw it throughout.
Yeah, like, there was a video that went viral early. It was about the guy with signs. It was like, soju or tequila.
Media versus bulgogi. And then he was like pouring.
He was chugging between every side. He was chugging, man. That guy was living life. But low key, bulgogi way better than media.
Ooh, okay. Yo, you're anti-media.
That's a bold take. That's a bold take.
He don't know.
A bold take of the day.
No, it's true though. I mean, like those are two distinct cultures in LA. So like the fact that they had a game like that, the city had to show out. So
yeah. I think. And number one, I want to just give a quick shout out to Bridget's grito. That's been, people are still hearing echoes of that across social media. We were on the mic at Detroit for the watch party, and just number one, just like it was packed to the brim. Like people were going crazy. And Bridge, like, I mean, that
dude,
you entered a flow state. You entered a flow state.
Literally, I forgot there was there was a mic in my hand.
Well,
I started yelling
because she was doing the Mexico chant, and I go, Bridge, grito, and she goes, she's like, killed it. First of all, killed it, and then there's like multiple videos I've seen online where you just hear it, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely Bridge.
Shout out to Manojo Mezcala.
Yeah, the Manojo was flowing. Anything was fair game.
Yeah,
we were at that point.
Tacos were tacoing.
That was a vibe.
Yeah, but what do you think about the actual game itself? From what you saw from Mexico, what you saw from South Korea, like we talked about the first game against South Africa, and our consensus, or at least my consensus, was you know, they won. It was a 2-0 win. It was a convincing win, but they didn't really convince me that they were like a serious team. But now seeing them play South Korea, a much stronger side than South Africa, no disrespect to South Africa, who ended up winning their next game. But, they drew late against Czech Republic. But what do you think about Mexico as a team, and how confident are you? I mean, 6 points through 2 games, you take that all day. But from an actual like team standpoint, what do you see from this Mexico side?
I mean, they played well like the first 2 games, so like they played well at home. So I mean, I feel like it kind of showed that they can at least like have like a consistent showing. So yeah.
Bridge.
Yeah, I think the first game was really solid. The fact that they won, they were at home, they won 2-0. That was like a great way to set themselves up and like a great way to start the World Cup. Winning this game meant that they're continuing the momentum. I do think though that they need to lock in a little bit more, because once they start playing the bigger teams, the stronger teams, it's gonna be a bit more scary for them. I feel like there was a lack of the defense was there, but it wasn't as, I feel like I feel like if they wouldn't have taken Son out, he would have had an opportunity. He would have broken the back line and scored. That's me being like a Mexican fan, but I do think that there was a little bit of like inconsistency in the defense, and there was not a lot of they weren't dominating at the top as much as they could have. But I think both teams were fighting for something, for the win, of course. Yeah. They both showed it. I think this game can kind of help them set up for like the bigger games.
Yeah, and shout out to the Korean national team. Before the game started, they posted something on their social media saying like, "Hey, however this goes, like, thank you for your hospitality. You guys have been amazing to us. Let's just have a fun match." And it's great to see like how this World Cup is just uniting people. I have a question for everybody.
Wait, we didn't finish the discussion about Mexico. yeah. Before you want to get into that, because I want to talk about like Mexico, the team itself too. Like, what did you see from Mexico? Like,
they're real dynamic. Like with Bridget saying like their defense wasn't to get. They did get a red card. Montes did get a red card first game, and he is a pillar. They had Edson playing there, even though first game he came off the bench. He did amazing. He stopped the ball on the line, even though Son was offside. Yeah. But we were like, oh. So the goalie, shout out to La Guadalupe was out somewhere, because like
they said it was the spirit of the duck. Did you see that video?
It was close. So everybody was praying. Rosario's was out.
Yes, heck yeah.
The Rosaries was out.
I feel like that was like home cooking, like being at home for the World Cup. Like if this game was being played in like Brazil or South Africa or Qatar or wherever, like, you know, like that goal goes in, you know. But the fact that they're playing in Guadalajara is the reason why that ball didn't go, because there is like
even the first goal where was it Edson where he kicked it back? Oh my God, that was insane.
Even that, like their goal was lucky too. Like it was off a goalie and their last minute mistake. So Mexico just they have like their soil, so they're getting all the luck's going to their side.
So and that was my point was like, okay, they've gotten pretty fortunate, right? The red card in the South Africa game, you know, kind of helped them out. Then they get a couple of like breaks that go their way in the South Korea game. So I don't know how much I want to see like a convincing Mexico performance. I think defensively they were they were stout. That made a few mistakes, but they were able to recover from them. And they showed to me like they had poise to finish a game, because that's a game like good teams know how to finish games, right? And they were able to kind of, however South Korea was coming at them late, like a lot of teams
were coming.
Yeah. Fight team.
Yeah, and like a lot of teams will concede a goal there, like, and they will fold under the pressure. And so that to me was the one thing that Mexico can take away. However, I want to see like something like that makes me say like, oh, you know what, Mexico, like this is a team could make it, you know, past the round of 16. But I don't know. Julio, you want to go to your question that you wanted to
out of the three hosting nations, like who's been the most convincing? Because you see like Mexico, their first game, they did amazing. Canada had like
Canada was crazy. Yeah. I did not expect that.
Then they come back and they get a 5-0. The U.S. is we're all hyped. Like we're all hyped.
Wait,
I'm going to Vancouver next week for Switzerland, Canada. So
Sorry, wait. Did Canada win their first game?
They
tied.
drew with Bosnia, right?
Yeah.
And then they won 5-0.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
who do you think has been playing the best, like out of the 3 hosting nations?
I'm a Mexican fan.
That's not the question, Bridget.
No, wait, listen. Let me finish. I'm a Mexican national team fan, but I'm gonna say USA has shown up, and they've stepped up and they've shown us they're cooking.
Yeah.
They have. They really have. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it hasn't particularly been close, I think. Canada's the 5-0 win. I think Jonathan David had a hat trick.
Yes.
But that was like an asterisk game as well.
Right.
Where it was like just, I think Qatar had 2 red cards. They had
Qatar was going in crazy.
Yeah, Ismail Kone, like really tough injury. So that's, I mean, a huge blow to them. And hopefully he makes a safe recovery. But I mean, you look at the U.S. Like it has like both of those games, Paraguay and Australia, like not like world-beating teams, but not slouches either. Like this isn't, these are teams that deserve to be at the World Cup. They're in the mid-20s in terms of like FIFA rankings, which really don't mean anything. But they have good players, they have quality players, and they're able to fight. Like we saw Paraguay beat Turkey short-handed yesterday, and. You can say what you want about Turkey, but like that's a tough team.
Yeah.
And we go in there, score 4 goals against them, and then come back against Australia in a much more cagey match, score early, get that own goal. More home cooking, which that doesn't happen anywhere else. Two own goals to start the tournament.
Yep.
That's never happened before, and I mean that's like that kind of like home cooking, like vibes. Like it's a real thing. Like no matter what you want to say.
Plus, like the country's kind of showing up to support them too. Like SoFi was like buzzing like last week for the first
Los
game.
Angeles Stadium.
Oh yeah, my fault. Yes,
yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, I was buzzing last week. Yeah, and then Seattle too.
Seattle was going off. They were doing the country roads after the game. That was
Yeah. So like they're talking, they're trying to analyze the game. They're like, everybody just takes skies, and Fox just shows like them singing like "Take Me Home." So I like that. I like that being like the U.S. like winning like song after. Like,
that's awesome.
Because we chants suck.
The chants, the chants are
USA.
Right. Like we need to come up with something that's like American, like because the chants in South Africa are great, or South America are great because it's South American. Like they started that stuff, right? That, and then in Europe they took what South America created and made it their own thing. And now we're like doing a little bit too much with this way we like it. Like that stuff is like it feels non-American. And there are plenty of American sports atmosphere. Particularly, like I saw somewhere on Twitter, I think somebody said like, bro, just get a HBCU band in.
That'll be tough. That'll be tough.
You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
God,
Like,
that'll be
come
tough.
on, like those atmospheres are electric. Like, and it's like North Carolina A&T, and like no disrespect to them, like that football team isn't like top level like NCAA football, like, but that atmosphere is second to none.
That'll be dead.
And so like they can create an
real.
atmosphere out of nothing, or I mean not nothing, but like out of like a like you wouldn't watch that game like if it's a Saturday middle of college football, like I'm not gonna watch Jacksonville play Bowling Green, but like I do want to watch that because the band's going off. Like there's a viral video, I watch it every single time, of a dude doing a trombone solo, and I forget which band he's in. I think it might be A&T's, but he's just kills it, and I watch it every single time. Gives me goosebumps. Like we need that kind of atmosphere for our soccer.
I'm with that.
Me and Bridget went to the Legends game from Barcelona against Real Madrid, and they had the USC band on the north end of the 3252 at BMO. And it was amazing.
It was dope,
every little break, anytime somebody pulled the hamstring because they're old,
Every hamstring pulled.
the band will be going up. So I agree with that. Like, have like one of the bands like come through. Nick Cannon throws his sticks down. It'll be amazing.
A quick little showdown.
Right, that'd be crazy.
You got to learn how to read music, man.
I guess I'm out.
But yeah, so I think like the overall stadium atmosphere, like, and you can say what you want about the chants, but the march into the stadium has been really cool. I saw like videos of that in Seattle. Seattle Stadium is built to be loud, and it's a really cool stadium. The pitch looked immaculate. The fans showed up. Like the crowd pop after the offside goal was reversed on Alex Freeman's goal. Like, dude, it was going crazy. Like, even just watching from home, I wasn't even in a watch party or anything. I was watching at home, and I was like,
Just
yo,
like
it was wild. And I'm sure like at watch parties across the country, like it was going
They were
crazy
popping
for
off,
that.
yeah.
What do you think of the opening ceremonies?
At LA Stadium.
Yeah, last weekend.
So we talked about this last week. It was kind of weird to me. It flew by in a flash, right? Because Future was on. I wanted him to play March Madness. He played a song. Like, it was one song and gone.
Right.
And then it was Lisa, Rema, and
Katy Perry.
No. The third. I forget her name. But anyways, they did their song. It was there and gone. But then the national anthem came on, and I was like, bro. And I was like standing in the press box, like with a full salute, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never felt that patriotic in my life, you know? I would consider myself like a patriot.
I had a Modelo in my hand. I threw it on the floor. Give me an Ultra.
Give me a Bud Light.
Bud Light. Gotta get a Bud Light.
Where Coors at?
Yeah. I was like, man, forget these Modelos.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought, you know, like the drum line, they did like the band, like American Bandstand type thing. What were your thoughts? Because you were there at the
I thought it was cool. I mean, like it was cool to kind of see the stadium kind of like transform for that. Because normally like FIFA like doesn't want to like kill the field. So it was kind of cool to be able to see that. So,
Right. Yeah. They put like the protective covering on there, but still, like I will say, like the grass pitches have looked amazing. There was so much concern from like all these Euro snobs that are like, but they're like the bloody ground doesn't look good. And it's just like, come on, man. Like this is America we're talking about. Like we got like all types of money and infrastructure.
Exactly.
Like, come on, like did you really expect us to put out like a second rate? Like,
it's been funny to see like it's like the Europeans like God like over the stadiums, like seeing like how they like love the stadiums now. So it's been crazy.
Yeah, they're like like gushing over NRG Stadium in Houston.
Right.
Yeah,
where it's like that's like the fourth best stadium in Texas.
MetLife. I'm like, yo, like those stadiums are not that good.
Yeah, like you're glazing MetLife, dude. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, MetLife is like openly like when it was selected as the final, Americans were just like, bro, MetLife, like, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, man, welcome to the big leagues.
They're also going crazy over Ranch, so I thought that was
over
hella
Ranch
funny.
is hilarious too. Dude, the TSA, do you see
they're
that?
like, if you're planning to take Ranch back home, just make sure you put it in your checked bag.
That's hilarious.
Ranch is crazy.
Yes, it's so funny. I've seen so many like tweets and stuff about it, just how like people are like, oh my God, Ranch is like, why did no one tell us about this in Europe? It's so funny.
What do you think about the halftime show that's gonna come for the final with Shakira and Madonna?
Who's did they confirm the
set so
list?
it's gonna be Shakira, Madonna, and then BTS.
Hey, all right, so I'm cool with BTS or Shakira. Madonna, like, bro, just.
Madonna's gonna bring Drake up there and she's gonna assault
like,
him
no,
again.
man, I'm tired of Madonna. I hear 10 face surgeries, man.
Look, I know Madonna had her moment.
Yeah.
Put a gun to my head, I couldn't name you 5 Madonna songs.
That's crazy.
Like, I know like a Virgin. That's probably the only one. And then Vogue. She did the Vogue song, right?
Vogue,
okay.
Yeah.
So that's not my music.
Not for sure.
And I feel like Madonna, even she did the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and I feel like even then, that was like, okay, this is like they're catering to like the Gen X and, you know, the generation below me, where she, you know, she like she was like the most famous person in the world at one point, you know, and she's like an iconic name, iconic face, like all this stuff. But now it's just like I don't know, are the kids like? Did she get a revival, kind of like how, you know, some of these
the
like
TikTok
she has like a new album coming out, so she's trying to promote that.
Okay, yeah,
so,
you're more tapped in with like the
Yeah.
what's like the kids are like actually vibing with. Like,
Yeah,
is there like is Gen Z messing with Madonna like that?
Yes and no. I mean, she's trying to like she has a new album coming out, so she's trying to get back in the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like the whole like lineup's coming kind of like trying to like very different types of demographics. So you have Shakira, who's gonna be like more of like our age. BTS gonna be a little bit younger. Then Madonna's gonna get the older crowd.
Yeah. So they want to get like the
Okay.
4 quadrant.
I can kind of see that.
And then plus like all like different kind of music. So you have like
Right, the diversity.
K-pop, and then you have Latin, and you have pop. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. Yeah, it's kind of curious to see is like how soccer fans kind of adapt to like having a halftime show.
Right.
It's
That's
like,
and then it's gonna like interrupt the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
and-
Like the water breaks.
People
hydration
are already
breaks.
complaining about the hydration break. So
Right.
the halftime show will be interesting.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. Like the Brits are gonna lose their mind. With the halftime show. I mean, they already did. Like
Right.
you could put like a free money. Like give everybody free money, and the Brits would find a way to complain about it. So like
Right.
the halftime show is like it's gonna be like a big point of contention for them.
Yeah.
I hope that they do a good job, and I think they do, because like most of the halftime like shows that we see at like the Super Bowl are like super well done. And
Right.
whether you like the music or not, like I feel like a lot of people for Bad Bunny, this last one, like they're like, yo, Bad Bunny's like he's kind of sick, dude. Like
Yeah,
like, and a
exactly.
lot of people that weren't like into his music were like that. But I don't like maybe Madonna like puts together greatest hits or plays something from her new album that like people vibe with. Maybe I don't see it happening, but it could be. Like
I feel like once it starts, once it's happening, we'll kind of forget like how this wasn't a thing before, and like
Right.
we're just gonna be very present and just enjoy it, and then it'll just kick off the second half. Like
I feel like
so
I was
at least
lied
that's
to.
what I'm hoping.
Yeah. I feel like I was lied to because like I thought it was gonna be Drake. What was these people was like, hey, like you guys thinking about Super Bowls?
he's
We
talking
got the
about-
World Cup.
yeah.
Right.
So
And you've been saying that ever since it came
Yeah,
out.
I'm like, man, Drake, he's gonna be Drake.
Yeah, well, Drake fans are notoriously like level-headed and logical, and they see
Academic
things, very, very like in a reasonable way. So
Right.
it's weird that they were wrong about that.
But Shakira makes sense though. Shakira makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she's arguably the best World Cup song ever. So
Yeah.
seeing her singing that song, hopefully she might sing the new one. That
She's
Die,
for
Die.
sure gonna sing the new one,
Yeah.
and then that means Burna Boy's gonna be on there. Maybe we get a Burna Boy song.
Yeah, probably.
that would be cool.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
And then I feel like if she has a set for the halftime show, right? But how long is it gonna be? Is it gonna be like, because are they all gonna play like one song each, like they
It's
did?
gonna be hard to divvy that up because you have 3 people plus like probably Coldplay's gonna do some stuff too. So
Coldplay's there too.
Like the
They're like the
the
executive
band?
producer
yeah,
or whatever,
but
right?
They'll probably like surprise like some. So we'll see.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting, because how long is the Super Bowl halftime show? It's like
Normally, like 15 minutes. Yeah.
Coldplay's gonna be there. Don't take your side
Potentially,
piece
potentially.
to the game.
Oh yeah,
Don't
don't
take your side piece to the game.
Coldplay.
Yeah,
They got
you
messy.
You better.
They
I
got-
hope
You're
people
ruining
learn from the
relationships,
first
bro.
time.
Yeah.
Coldplay, don't play.
Snitches.
Yeah. For real.
I
For
didn't even
real.
cheat
There
a
will
piece
be
of
the
Coldplay, bro.
international side piece is about to come out.
Yeah. Okay, so Emmanuel, you write for sports and entertainment for the New York Times.
Yeah.
What does that fully cover? And you've been covering the World Cup specifically for the New York Times?
Yeah, so I cover like the intersection of sports and entertainment. So sports and TV, sports and music, sports and podcasting, like that kind of stuff. So Super Bowl halftime show is always like a big story for me every year. Kelsey and Taylor Swift. I'm trying to think what else. Like athletes getting into movies, like that kind of stuff. So I was like, the World Cup is like a big cultural moment. So covering things from like a cultural lens. I'm doing a story on Andreas Cantor, kind of like how he is kind of like a face of soccer. Doing a story about the halftime show, like trying to figure out like how they're gonna try to organize it. Check what else. I'm going to Vancouver next week to do a story about kind of Canada culture. Because like Canada it's kind of different than like U.S. culture, so kind of like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's what you had your eyes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story on Andres Cantor is like, it's amazing because he's been a legend for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just had a commercial with his son.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
always
Yeah,
talk,
that's awesome.
Goal.
I was just about to say that there's also, I think with this World Cup, it's been super dope to see just so much exposure to the OGs and just people that have been a part of like the soccer community for so long, but like on advertisements, on commercials. Andres Cantor, it literally, I just saw his commercial in yesterday when I was watching I don't know what game, and I'm just like, dude, you've been like the most consistent voice my whole life. Like I can't, like you're like a Theo to me now, and the fact that I'm watching you make commercials with your son is crazy.
Yeah, so it's crazy. He's like almost as famous as like the players now.
Honestly.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's our generation's Don Francisco.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
But
In sports.
just seeing that, like how CBS gave him his own network, Golazo. So like, and now his son's there, and his son's being the voice.
Nick.
So.
Yeah.
Been a G in the game, now my son on the throne.
Hey, like MLBs.
Phoebe
rappers
rappers,
of Phoebe beats.
But Nico's doing some cool stuff with Galazzo as
Yes,
well,
yeah.
and so like his like seeing that like generational thing now,
Right.
and we did an interview with him on the site as well.
Oh,
with,
cool.
with Nico.
Yeah,
but
that's cool, dude.
like Andres, like I mean that's just like an icon. Like you go anywhere and they know that voice. Like he created one of the most iconic calls
Yeah.
across in all like everything. Period. You know,
Right.
like in broadcasting. You know, it's
Yeah.
like he's in the Hall of Fame of sports broadcasters.
Yeah, he and I got dinner a few months ago. Then like as we like leaving, like the waiter was like kind of like in awe, basically like, oh, dude. So yeah, he had to get a picture and all that. So it was kind of cool to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a cultural lens, right? What else have you had your eye on being here in LA or going up to? Have you traveled elsewhere?
Not yet.
Not
yeah,
yet. So you're going to
Vancouver,
Vancouver
yeah,
next.
yeah.
Okay. So, but what have you seen like that's kind of caught your eye from a
Yeah.
cultural side of the world?
I mean, it was surprising just to see it's like Los Angeles Stadium like being like so like buzzy that first game. Like I was expecting to be kind of like a corporate atmosphere, but no, it was pretty rowdy, and I was kind of surprised like how like people showed up for it, because you know like kind of soccer obviously is like a big sport like globally, but like in America you have football and basketball, so I was kind of curious to see how people would respond, but not people can show out, so it was cool to see that.
What about your? Are you keeping an eye out for like the fashion and the soccer?
A little bit, yeah.
immersion?
Like fashion, like the wags, like that kind of stuff. Obviously, like as like the tournament kind of progresses, there'll be like some buzzy cultural moments that pop up on like memes or stuff like that. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, it's been cool. Yeah, I mean, I've covered 7 Super Bowls. I've done the Olympics in Paris. Done a few other kind of big events. This is my first World Cup, so it's kind of cool to kind of like see like how different the culture is versus like soccer versus like other sports.
Yeah.
I miss the days when like soccer players were just coming out drunk of clubs, man.
Yeah,
We need to go back to those stories.
Yeah, now it's like everybody's so like media trained, and they're hyper vigilant of the people they surround themselves with.
Exactly.
Like this isn't soccer, but like Kevin Durant, do you see he was like on a date with?
I saw that. Yeah, the mountain.
He was trying to hide behind the tree, but like you could clearly see like the top of his head, like where I was 7 feet tall and just trying to hide. But
That was
like
crazy.
Like in terms of like tabloid versus like in-depth coverage, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see, because like everybody wants a headline, everybody wants like that juicy, clickable headline that is gonna get traffic to the site, and
sure.
I feel like we've seen like a shift towards that, especially in like sports, right?
100%.
But where do you find yourselves personally in that like push-pull between like doing like an actual like really well-reported story that's engaging and informative versus like just doing like the big quick hit, like, oh, did you see who this person was with last week?
Yeah, I think I'm lucky to be in a place where like we don't have to chase like clicks. Like they kind of want us like do like more like in-depth like resonant pieces. So yeah, like when I look for stories, I try to like, okay, like how are you impacting culture? Kind of how are you resonating with like culture, and kind of like why is that? So like yes, obviously when news happens, you gotta cover the news, but I want to like look for like kind of stuff that shows like, okay, how is this trend, how is this moment kind of impacting the broader culture, and kind of explain like kind of how that's happening. Yeah.
That's I mean, it's like a broad way of putting it, right?
Right.
But like in terms of like sports media, right? There's on TV, right? It's all like back and forth.
Yeah, and I mean that's the culture now. People want like they want clicks. They want to like have their stuff get viral. So they look for hot takes, and they look for stuff that gets people talking. So yeah, it's kind of like how you want to play it. I like looking at that stuff like, okay, how this person impacting culture, how this moment impacting culture, and kind of explain like why that is. So yeah, it kind of gives me like a little more room to play with. Yeah.
What is the hot take going around right now?
Now you tell me. Yeah, that's a hot take that you're kind of excited about.
No, the thing that I think right now what's in the media, it's because Zlatan was saying that.
Yeah, that was nasty. Yeah, that was crazy.
But just seeing even Zlatan praising the U.S. like, guys, I've been telling you, believe, and like he's like,
Right.
I believe. So him stamping that on the U.S. is adding more pressure to them.
Yeah.
But I think the hot take right now is Alexi versus Zlatan.
Yeah,
Yeah, on
Broadcasting
and
side.
Thierry.
Right.
Kenny's just
Thierry's
But you know
response
what
is-
side he stands on.
Right,
Like, you
yeah.
know.
Oh, first of all, these two guys are the greatest guys to ever do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like they're analyzing the game with an American that nobody respects, because the world doesn't respect us as a soccer country. Like
Right.
they don't know this guy. This guy Alexi played in Europe. So to end the career, he won a title with the LA Galaxy. I believe the first one the LA Galaxy had. He was our guy with Kobe Jones and him. He was our defender, freaking hippie guy. He was a typical American, long hair, looked like a freaking like he was gonna go in the ocean and just get in the surfboard. So I hate his takes, but I get what he's doing it because he works for Fox and like that's what Fox lives on. But this guy is a U.S. soccer legend, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And then, but he's going against like top players, and these guys are just like trying to fake him with the ball.
I saw that series.
Yeah.
That was funny. As
What
heck.
do you like better, Fox or Telemundo? Like, have you watched them both, or what do
We
you
were
think?
just talking about this.
I hate how Fox puts the breaks during the hydration.
I
But it's not even
know.
that. The commentators on Telemundo, bro, like they've been cursing.
Yeah. Things have been said.
When the ref for the Mexico game, when the ref is like, "Hey, he hit red card." So like everybody's like,
Oh, yeah,
"What do you
yeah,
say?"
yeah.
And then the guys are in the back are like, "What? What?" What the f-? Like, they're cursing in the back. I'm like, wait, where's Telemundo come with this?
Dude, I will say the Telemundo broadcasts that I've watched have been, I mean, like, and this is always a back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, Telemundo is always going to be more like entertaining,
Yeah.
right? They have
Right.
like even just the way like the announcers pronounce the names,
Yeah.
like the rolling of the R's, like
Yeah.
it's just it hits every single time, right?
Right.
And they were doing a good job with the Korean players when we
Yeah.
were watching the game on Telemundo. Like they were doing a really good job with the pronunciation with that. And then like you go to Fox and it's just like, you know, like I'll watch it like at like American watch parties, right? And
Yeah.
like it gets like you play to your different audiences, right? But dude, and then the broadcasts or the commercials during the hydration breaks,
Yeah,
like, you know,
sure.
it just makes it a little bit more entertaining when there's no breaks and you don't check out and you
Yeah.
don't like scroll on your
And they-
phone and then 5 minutes later you look up and the game's back on.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
what's going
Right.
on? You know what I mean? So Telemundo, like I feel like has always been like
Yeah.
the superior.
It's
product.
just more entertaining. I remember, I think it was the Brazil game yesterday. They were talking about one of the players that got, I think that when they took out Rafinha. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard someone say like, oh yeah, they just took out the princess. Da, da, da. But like this is in Spanish. It's like real slick commentary that you can like, you catch and you're like, that's hella funny. And then like when the ref freaking pulled, got a cramp in the USA
Right, that's not
game.
how
They
it's
were
crazy.
roasting him. It was so funny. I was like, yo, like this. Also, like, let's take care of our ref because why is
Right.
our ref?
No, yeah, they're like, so that doesn't mean they have to sit out for a minute.
Yeah, right. That's what they said. They're like, does he sit out for a minute?
That's crazy.
And then you see the players running over and like helping him stretch it out, dude. I thought that was the funniest. Like, that's probably one of the funniest moments I've seen so far.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And then Taylor Twellman don't got no personality.
well, Tolman is not on Fox. Tolman is not on Fox.
Oh, my
right?
bad. Sorry, I just got beef with him because of a press box thing that happened.
Yeah,
What
Taylor Twellman
happened in
took-
the press box? What happened in the press box?
That's personal beef right
He took
there.
his
Not
dessert.
vlog.
So like okay, he's broadcasting. So, but I'm in line to get some food, and he's like, "Hey, sorry guys, I'm on TV." And he just jumped in front of the line for me. I'm like,
What?
It wasn't even that long of a line. Like it was maybe like
it was only us four.
it was us two and maybe like one or two more people.
It was
behind
Taylor
us.
and his broadcasting
And then,
partner.
yeah,
But
and then Taylor comes right in front and goes, "Guys, I gotta go back in 5 minutes. Like I gotta get." And so he took all the good brownies, and we're just stuck.
He's
That's
big
nasty.
bro to us. He's like,
Yeah.
That's nasty.
kiss us in the forehead, then left. I was like,
and then since then,
Hey,
Julio's
yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
yeah.
all right, man, shut up. And I'm just like, can I get a brownie now?
That's wild.
Yeah. But I mean, like in terms of like the hot takes, right? Like, there's like the U.S. is going to the semis, right? I saw like
Yeah, it's nasty.
right now if everything stands right now, and we're recording this on a Saturday, so this most likely will change by the time the group stage ends. But as of right now, the U.S. has Bosnia in the round of 32, and then the winner of Czech Republic and New Zealand in the round of 16, right? Which very doable matches. I think those, it's not going to stand that way, right?
Right.
I think there's like a lot of different games that still need to be played, and you know the standings are always in flux. But
Yeah.
the way that we have been playing, right? First two games, win convincingly, not like cheap wins or not like we got a bad call, controversial call here. Like those were like dominant wins.
Right.
And then now we can play the third game. We're already on top of the group. No pressure. I feel like every single World Cup, that third game, last time was Iran. There's the Algeria game where we needed that last minute Landon Donovan goal. Like it's always like high stakes, high pressure in that next game or that third group stage game to where you go into the round of 60 or now it's round of 32 and you're like exhausted and like you played a bruising match. Now we get a little bit of rest. Pulisic hurt, like he's gonna take a little bit of time to heal. I like the way that we've set ourselves up for success in the knockout rounds.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. So yeah, it's gonna be entertaining for sure to see that.
Yeah, and the U.S. hasn't won 2 games back since 1930, so like group games. So
yeah,
so it shows Pochettino as he was criticized. He put this team on a great pathway. We talked about it on the pod before the World Cup. It was what's going around the national team, not the game. Now it's about the game.
Yeah.
First game, Paraguay couldn't see anything against us. Then you go to the last game we played, a win, ugly win, but it shows us he knows how to win.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the ugly wins is like they couldn't do. So and then they got Turkey, a Turkey that is playing just for pride.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a good thing to like put our second team and give them some PT time. So
get some minutes under their feet, get some confidence, right? We saw Gio Reyna in that first game come in and score a banger. Now we can get guys like Zendejas, like like Berhalter, Reyna, like all these guys that maybe even Mark McKenzie, like some of these guys that, because you never know what's going to happen in the group stage or in the knockout rounds, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody, it could be a yellow card accumulation. It could be like an injury, like, something where we need you to come in and to get a guy who's cold, hasn't played in the entire tournament. Now is all of a sudden playing in round 16, like versus like, okay, like I've caught some momentum, some rhythm, and now I can play. So that's also, working in the U.S.'s favor.
Exactly.
And I really, this is the most optimistic I've ever been for this team.
What do you think changed like since like the past World Cups till now? Like what do you think? Like, I mean, it's been 2 games, but still, like what do you think changed?
It's not even from the last World Cup. You could go back to the last group of friendlies,
right?
Not the ones we played against Germany and what was the first team we played in those 2 friendlies right before? Anyways, we had those 2 friendlies right before the World Cup, and then before that in March we played against. We got blown out. It was too. I can't even remember. My brain is not working right now. But it was kind of panic time, and it didn't look good. We were giving up a lot of goals. There were 2 pretty good. I think they were both European teams, and it was like Poch can't beat a European team. The U.S. can't beat a European team. All this and that. I think they just were trying out a lot of stuff in that period,
right?
And they were not going with like necessarily like their strongest lineups, but they were like kind of tinkering around. And it takes time to like build a system and to build like players that can play together well and know what they're doing. And then now it's just like it feels like it was go time, like from that opening kickoff, even in the two warm-ups, where we lost to Germany. I can't for the life of me remember the game
I believe
before.
it was the African team. I'll be wrong. It's 9th day of the World Cup going on 30 for us.
Yeah.
So,
but those 2 games where it looked like, okay, this team has promised. It looks good. And then Paraguay came, boom. Like we showed, this is what we're here to do, and this is like the way we're going to play. And that was the best thing that could have happened. So I think they're just playing with confidence. They're playing with swagger. And you didn't really see that even as early as 3 months ago.
I was like, Pochettino for those friendly games, he did not sugarcoat it. He told the players, I got to do better. Like, I feel like this generation, even though it's our golden generation, I still think 02 because Ramsey made some good points on the 02 generation, but like this is our golden generation. This is our kids that are all in Europe. Bill Harcher was baby most of these guys, and then the drama that was coming with him. Pochettino came in and he was like, hey guys, like only because you're in Europe doesn't mean you're gonna play. He started bringing the MLS guys and makes everybody be accountable. Now, like after that, like everybody's like, no, Pochettino doesn't want to be with us. Then the World Cup starts. They start playing game. He's the one running their biggest fan. Like, and he goes in a press conference like, "Yep, I gotta applaud my team. My team is like playing their best. Like, and it's not even only me, it's them. They're doing amazing, and I'm happy to see them because I know they have that in them. So, He didn't seem like he was gonna be a player's coach, but that Gio Reyna goal where he ran into the field, like, so it shows how united this team is.
Yeah, somebody said Poch when he was with Chelsea, he made Chelsea look like the USA, and now that he's with the USA, he makes the USA look like prime Chelsea. You know what I mean? Like, and this is a guy like he kind of bounced around Europe. He wasn't in the best of regards when the US hired him. He had the pedigree, right? Took Tottenham to the Champions League final, but like he was fired from like the last few jobs that he had, and it didn't end like in good standing. And now you've seen him really find himself, and you've seen the U.S. find themselves like at the same time, and that's been really cool to watch. That's been my favorite part of the World Cup so far. What about some other teams? Because we've been talking about U.S. and Mexico for too long.
Now I got to talk about Brazil.
Bridge is rocking the Brazil jersey. Did you watch the game last night? The Brazil-Haiti?
Yeah, we were watching the game. I'm rooting for them. I think that game itself, I was really hoping to see Haiti do a bit more. Like, I was rooting for them just as much as I was rooting for Brazil, if I'm being honest, just because of what it meant to Haiti to be in the World Cup. The fact that they haven't been in a World Cup since, 74?
Yeah, 74.
And they were playing on Juneteenth. Like, there was just, like, so much about yesterday that felt like full circle in so many ways, like, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch, like history, representation. It was a good game. They did try their best. There were so many opportunities that Haiti did have. Brazil, I feel like they showed up, but they weren't the Brazil that we kind of know them to be. Yeah.
This Brazil team has been not compelling to me, and for a lot of reasons. But you mentioned like the stuff that goes on and off the field. That's like what makes the World Cup so beautiful. And I was at the Iran-New Zealand game last week. Oh, cool. And the first U.S. game, the one at SoFi or at Los Angeles Stadium, whatever you want to call it, that felt like a U.S. game, right? There's I was like probably like there's shout out to the Paraguay fans. There were a lot of Paraguay fans there, but it felt like it was like the U.S. vibes, the American flags, all this and that, and I've seen that before. At this game, it was like kind of everybody was coming from all over the place. They were getting their lottery tickets, right? So it was like, or they got the tickets via the lottery. So like, they didn't know who was going to be there. So they were just there to see a World Cup game. Right. So you had people in like Colombia jerseys, people in England jerseys, people. It felt like a World Cup, right? Yeah. And then on top of that, you had the Iran fans and what's going on with Iran. And there's like half of the Iran fans are rooting for the team. Half of them are like, or like a third of the team is rooting against the Iran. Right. A third is rooting for them. A third is like in between where they're like, I want to see my team win, but I'm conflicted of what's going on. I don't support the current regime, all this and that. That to me was like, it was like an intersection of everything, right? Where it's like you get politics on one side, you have the sport on the other side, you have people coming for a World Cup on the other, like on another one. That it was just like it's like the experience was like. Yeah. Oh my! Like I've never been in a place. It was like kind of tense. It was loud. Like when Iran scored though, it was like almost as loud as it was for the U.S. So like seeing like the amount of support, especially with the Persian population here in LA, like that was just like the pinnacle of like this is what the World Cup is about to me, and I was just like, wow, man, like this is like such a global thing, and that's when it really set in. Like, like this is the freaking World Cup.
Yeah, not for real, it's crazy.
But yeah, Brazil.
Let Enrico play, bro. Like Hendrick, sorry. Let
Enrico.
Let Hendrick play. Like just the kid. The kid has showed out.
He wants it.
Yeah. The kid every time he plays, he scores. And
soft sides.
Just like Real Madrid, you've kept your Ancelotti's keeping him in the bench. Don't let the kid play, bro.
Have you seen the memes about Endrick and Ancelotti?
No.
They're saying like Ancelotti just basically hates Endrick and like he'll do anything. Like it said like there's one before the game was like reported Endrick will be in the starting lineup for Brazil versus Haiti. Oh, wow. He's suiting up for Haiti. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like they're basically saying like Ancelotti will do anything to keep him off the field. Like
that's wild.
The memes, like I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the memes that have come out. De'Aaron Fox is still getting slandered. They put a turkey jersey on De'Aaron Fox.
It's gonna keep building too, especially as like the games get bigger. So,
it's only gonna get but Brazil's kind of like mid. I'm like kind of not convinced about them either.
I have maybe another hot take, or I don't know if you'd call it that, but you know how we have like it's always been like Messi versus Ronaldo, Messi versus Ronaldo. I feel like right now what we're seeing, Messi's up here.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's.
It's
It's not even a conversation. It's Messi and Mbappe
For the-
fighting for who's going to be the top world scorer.
Agreed.
Record for World Cup goals.
I feel like we haven't seen all the Ronaldo talk is like not talking right
honestly,
now.
the last like 5 years, pretty much.
And
has not
people
been,
still pick Ronaldo over Messi. It's kind of
it's-
crazy
it's
to me.
The aura, I think. Yeah.
Right.
It's he's their favorite player.
Right.
But
His teammates slandered him on the post and said,
Bro.
he's just one of us. He's trying to help the team.
Joe Neves said he's just another player.
Another player.
Wow.
And then, like,
And now the Ronaldo fans are being like, Joe Neves
Twitter.
sucks, dude. Like,
Twitter's crazy. Like,
Joe's won 2 Champions Leagues. Everyone thinks he can talk whatever
he
he
comes
wants.
off the bench for PSG. Don't talk.
yeah,
Don't talk about
yeah.
the GOAT. So, like,
Dude.
it's not even, it hasn't been a conversation. Like,
It hasn't, yeah.
and then again, like, just because of Messi, I think we're 4th on the list of leagues that have the most goals. In
MLS, baby.
We top 5, baby. It's not because of Messi.
Yeah. So
Nasty.
like
Literally.
the lengths that Ronaldo fans will go to like, you know, like after Mbappe scored his brace, they were like being like, "Oh, Mbappe has more goals than Messi," like, you know, and like, bro, what does your guy have?
Right.
Your guy hasn't been relevant at a World Cup in years. You know, since
Yeah.
2018 was the last time he had a hat trick. And when Messi scores his hat trick, it was like, oh, it took Messi this long to score a hat
Yeah.
trick. Like my guy was doing it, you know. And so it's like it's so tiring. And we talk about like sports, like dialogue, right?
Right.
That whole thing where it's just like my guy's better than your guy just because he's my favorite player.
Yeah.
Like you can admit that your favorite player isn't as good as another player,
Yeah.
right? You can't say that Ronaldo's better than Messi because objectively that's not true.
Right.
But you can say I like Ronaldo better. That's completely fine. Just admit that, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but we get into like this whole stand culture, and it's just like it completely loses the
Yeah.
plot. Like
People have agendas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the Algeria goalie, Saddam's son.
Zidane.
Oh my
Because
god.
the minute
He is good.
Messi scores a hat trick, the low lights come. Like him, like his some of the videos look really bad, and some of the goals were like the second goal were like McAllister hits the ball and like he bounced. I don't know how he threw those, but he bounced straight to Messi.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like,
well, Messi, that was 100% anticipation on
Yeah,
Messi. It
yeah.
didn't bounce right to Messi. Messi was right there because he knew where the ball was going to
Yeah.
be. Like he anticipated
But the
that.
third goal, he has a hand on it.
He got 2 hands on it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
oh man, I feel
Poor
bad for him.
guy.
They were saying Zidane should have been in person to watch France, and he should have watched the Algeria game at a bar. That's crazy.
It was so bad that Saddam became a meme. Just look at
Zidane like looking at his
Watching-
son in disgust, like, oh man, yeah. But I mean, I think what he has done, right? What Messi has done, like, you can't. You just have to sit there and appreciate it. Like, you
Yeah.
can't watch that and be like, oh, well, Ronaldo's still better because this and that. And
Right.
if Ronaldo played at a better country and if he was playing in South America, like South American teams are terrible. It's like, dude, relax, please.
There's too many
Like,
excuses,
you know,
right?
like
Take a
it's
chill
okay.
pill.
You know, like people get like, you know, things get records get broken, things get passed. Like Miroslav Klose, like I
Yeah.
think his like when he was saying like I want my record to be broken and it's going to be broken at this World Cup. You know, and like that's like you have to be self-aware in that
Right.
situation. You have to be like, you know what,
Yeah.
like I showed up at World Cups like. He
At
wasn't
some point,
necessarily
things
like
change.
a club team player, like club legend, you know, but he was a national team legend. He showed up at the World Cup, and like when you compare like Messi, Mbappe, like and Klose, it's like it's not really that close. So like for him to be like that, like him, like it's gonna get past. Like, you know, I've had this record for such a long time, and it's been amazing, like an accomplishment for him.
Yeah.
But to be like to have the humility to be like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be past. Whereas
Someone's gonna do it.
Ronaldo's saying like, I don't even want to win a World Cup, bro. Like
That's crazy.
Like World Cup's not
He's
a
trying to
dream
be
for me,
so
bro. Like Portugal's
nonchalant.
mid, bro. We've always been mid. Like, you know, it's just like, come on, man. Like you're
Yeah,
dissing
it's
your
wild.
country because like you know you're not gonna win a World Cup in your
Yeah.
lifetime as the best player. Like
That's
this
crazy.
Portugal team is good enough to win.
Yeah.
But they have him stealing goals from Bruno Fernandes.
Yes.
Like he's not playing ball. He's he's being very selfish, at least in that first game, and it really cost them because they went up early and didn't do a thing afterwards.
like, and they have the best mid on paper in the world.
Best midfield, yeah.
Bruno, guys, I just Real Madrid.
Vitinha.
So like Vitinha. So but it looked bad. It was just 2 PSG guys passing the ball to themselves, and then trying to force balls into Ronaldo. And Ronaldo just couldn't get one in, bruh. So I think if he sits down and comes off the bench, it would be probably a better look. But
he's never gonna do that.
yeah, he's never gonna do that. Messi,
And the manager's completely like bowing down to whatever he says.
Yeah,
He said like, why would I sub up for one of the greatest goal scorers of all time? It's like because he's washed, dude. Have you seen him? Like, have you?
yeah,
His time's up.
and the
Right.
awful part is that Mbappe has a great game. Haaland has a great game.
Yeah.
Kane had a great game.
Messi, yeah, Kane had a game. Messi
Had a great game.
Yeah, freaking
Those
Bellingham
guys are
had an amazing game as well.
Yeah.
So
The stars are showing
yeah,
up.
and the stars are
Right.
showing up game after game after game.
And he was up
and then
there.
He
on
plays.
That list.
yeah, and it just makes it like so much more into relief. Like this guy is not
Like
what
this
he was.
is showing what
Yeah.
we've all been talking
Yeah,
about when
and-
it comes to Messi versus
Look, he's one of the
Ronaldo.
greatest players of all time. Like he's done things like put the ball in the back of the net more like
Right.
better than probably most people that's ever lived. You know,
Right.
Like, it's great to acknowledge that, and he's a legend. He can walk away from the game right now and still be one of the greatest players of all time. He is doing more to damage his legacy by like.
Exactly.
They say leave the game before the game leaves you. I think the game just left him.
Yeah.
You know, like
Nah.
and I don't think that's a hot take.
Sheesh.
I don't think it's a
No,
like
no
you
hot
watch
take.
Portugal for 45 minutes. You don't even have to watch a full half
Yeah.
or a full game. Watch a half, and you're like, okay, man. Like if his name was, you know, Joao, da Silva, right? You know what I mean? Like they were like, dude, get that guy out of here.
Yeah.
You know, like
Nah,
but
it's like Kobe. It's like last year. So.
it's,
Yeah.
it's similar to Kobe
Yeah.
too. Kobe had the 60-point game to go out on. I don't
Right.
see that coming. Like there are no
Right.
Utah Jazz in
the World
in
Cup.
this World
Right.
Cup. You know.
Messi had a 60-point game with the hat trick right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
Me-
did.
yeah.
Messi-
Messi is like Messi's like LeBron, where he's still putting up
and
crazy
then-
numbers at his age.
And then like they were like, hey, nobody thought he was gonna do anything because he plays in the MLS. That show you how strong the MLS is.
No, I think it shows you that Messi is just that bored.
Yeah.
Like he went to MLS, like he can still play wherever he wants.
Right.
He came to MLS because he wanted to live in Miami. He wanted a lifestyle. He wanted to get the business that comes with
Yeah,
being in the
exactly.
U.S. Right, and I think he got the Beckham deal where he's going to be able to get his own franchise too. So like,
Wow.
coming to MLS brings you a lot more opportunities than maybe staying in a top 5 European league.
Right.
And I'm pessimistic about what MLS is going to be after he leaves, but that's a fully
Yeah, it's
another
another
conversation.
yeah.
But I think more players are gonna come because they see our stadiums, which is it's a front. None of these teams play in no stadium. But y'all can come.
You can still pull up.
Seattle plays in Loom.
Yeah, they only have the top half, bro. Like
Right.
front. These stadiums are not like that.
They're gonna be like, "Yo, man, what happened? What happened? Like,
The
what?"
stadium seems a bit smaller to me.
LAFC
That's
sold the
nasty.
Coliseum once, but they play in the little stadium next to the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Right.
So SoFi's not even a soccer stadium. But
For real.
yeah, so hopefully more players come. I'm lying. They do play in these stadiums.
Yeah, Casemiro, I saw Casemiro.
Yeah, coming to Miami.
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, it's not World Cup related, but what is Inter Miami doing that they have all this money out of nowhere?
Bringing
bro?
all these guys.
Yeah, I mean the
They got Messi, that's what.
sponsorships. Yeah, they got Beckham and all that. Yeah. So.
They're cooking the books. That's tinfoil hat on. Listen, Emmanuel, what any last takes before we wrap things up here?
Nah, man, just appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, it's cool to see what you guys have built. It's cool to see talk about soccer. Yeah, look forward to see what you guys do the rest of the World Cup. So.
Were you at the UFC fight?
I was
at the
yeah.
White House.
Yeah.
How was it?
No, it's the first time at the White House. So it was kind of surreal to be able to kind of see that in the background. It was a long day. Had to get to like Secret Service. We had like wait in the room for like 3 hours before we got to the cage. It was good production, really good production. The fights were good. But yeah, it was a long day, but it was cool. It was like a cool.
Was
cool
it the
experience.
best crowd that the UFC's ever seen?
Nah, it was
Fantastic.
literally it was all politicians and billionaires in the crowd. So there was like no like regular people there.
No Reggies.
Yeah, no rest at all. But it was cool though. I mean, it was cool to just like see like the production of it. Like they had like a band playing the walkout songs. The White House in the background, obviously like a cool visual. Yeah. No, I was shocked that Ilya got his ass beat like that. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. That I mean, just from like seeing it, I'm not a UFC fan, but
Yeah.
like the fact that that's like what's going on at the
White House?
at the White
Bro,
House.
bring the gas prices down. Forget about the UFC fight. Man.
Yeah, I mean they're slowly going down. I saw 509 on the way.
Right.
On the way here.
Yeah,
It's gonna go up on the way back.
I know, yeah. But listen, Emmanuel, thank you so much for coming and taking the time to talk.
course.
We've been trying to make this happen for a little bit now,
man.
and
That'd be
it's
it.
good to have you. Keep it like. Tell people where they can find you and your stories. I know I'm looking forward to reading that Canada.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, at Emmanuel Morgan on Twitter. Yeah, it's like NewYorkTimes.com. So.
NYT.com, New York Times.
Yes, sir.
Play the Wordle. Play what's the crossword?
Wordle. Yeah. Check it out. Yeah.
Connections.
Yeah,
Connections is a good one.
Yeah.
Connections is a good one. All right.
Crosswords. Yeah. Cooking. Yeah. They got lots of going on there.
Yeah. This has been another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, A Beautiful Game of Life. World Cup fever. We're still taking off. We got a lot more stuff coming up. We have really cool stuff. So keep it tapped in. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. But for Julio Monteroso, Emmanuel Morgan, Bridget Flores, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you next week.